have no idea what's going on. I can do this. We can do this together. Oh, which one should I pick? Ooh, whatever happens, happens. I think we're playing the optimistic naive Fang, so we're gonna go with this one. Optimistic and compromising Fang, I guess.
Band meeting.
Huh? Now?
Yeah. I just want to say,
Best friends, best band.
I'm in the best band in
A villain that grows. You know what would be a way better thing than Swamp Babies is you have exactly Swamp Babies. They're in high school. They're in senior year. They've been working at their public presence and all that stuff since like 2 years ago. They've been at this for 2 to 3 years. They have a presence. Some high schoolers know them. They've performed at venues and gotten paid. They're like a legitimate opponent. And when the year starts, you know, maybe they didn't. Maybe they do that over the year. Like, they get their paid gigs in senior year. Fang doesn't, because she can't get Trish and Reed to participate. So Fang gets angry, like, come on, guys. They're getting the paid gigs. Swamp Babies is getting paid for this. We could be getting paid too. And then Trish's like, no, I gotta work on this thing. I gotta work on my composting. And Reed is like, this is no use without Trish, right? And Fang gets increasingly frustrated about that as they get all this attention, and then eventually they go to Lava Java. And Swamp Babies is there, and Swamp Babies is like talking to LJ, and Fang snaps. Fang is like, oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I worked so hard at this, and now they're getting like compliments and all this stuff from LJ. Like, oh, I want to be that. I want to be them. I want to be that band. They've been growing. Well, I've been doing my best, but I can't go anywhere without my friends. Maybe Fang, maybe you have a couple of sneaky scenes where Fang does solo performances, and maybe it drives some friction. Maybe it's like maybe Trish never finds out, and Fang just feels guilty about having done them, and they come out during the battle of the bands. Fang's like, listen, sorry guys, I've been doing private performances solo. I haven't told you, and I should tell you this before we go on. And it creates this awkwardness, like, oh no, are they still gonna? So many opportunities, none are taken, and that is what makes me a very sad banana. I shouldn't have to tell you this, but I will, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. You don't want your bananas to be sad, because then they get all saggy and sloppy and get a little gooey. That's not good. It's not a very tasty banana like that, money. But so many opportunities to make it work. But again, the problem there is voice acting. So many fucking games go with voice acting and forget that voice acting dramatically limits your ability to adapt to a good story that you explore as you write it. I'm just saying, maybe don't do voice acting if you want to have a story that's about the dynamics of characters and all that fun stuff. Like, only do that if you're writing an audiobook.
the world.
Who, us?
Definitely. What's going on?
I like how a light bulb shattered.
The power went out.
Did it though?
Oh god. Do you think it's the meteor?
Probably. But this place is also like 1,000,000 years old.
Hey, can I get some power to my amp over here?
I kind of feel bad for them.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's gonna take... Sorry, it's like the first thing that got to my head. It's gonna take some time to realize. Ooh. No, it's not like that. Man, what is with these transitions? Also, I pointed this out in the comments for some of the uploads that I've been doing, but why the fuck is Fang the only one who's dressed up? I don't know if you've been noticing this, but like Fang is the only one who matches the aesthetic of the band they're going with. I mean, they're punk, not emo, so that doesn't work either. But like Fang is the only one who seems to give a shit to actually like dress for the part. I don't know, that again, with the idea of having this band be in senior year and play alongside Fang, like the whole idea of like, why aren't you guys trying? Like, you don't dress up, you don't put in the work. You can work a little harder. It's also really weird when you think about it, that Fang has no social media presence. Like, Fang does nothing on social media, but they want to be a musician. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Fang? You can't make it in the music world if you don't advertise yourself, you dingus. It's not how it works anymore. Reunion, I'm gonna be listening with my ears, so don't be upset if I'm quiet.
And we're up.
You good?
I'm gonna turn down the sound a touch because I'm going to go deaf if it plays at this volume. I don't want that. That's a bad thing, by the way.
You're good. We're good.
We're good.
You know, we played for LJ literally fucking once. We impressed them this year by playing once. Once. Like 6 months ago. Is that a jab at the two basses from Snoot Games, Worm Drama? Really? Why are there so many little things that make me go, this is directly in reference or in spite of Snoot Drama? It's getting really weird at this point. I'm getting confused. Ah. By the way, it's going to take some time. That's like the opening for Drake and Josh, I think. Why is the song so dour?
Fuck it.
Fuck. Like, the problem I have with this is you can just wait like 5 minutes for the power to get back on. This would be better if we get like an insight into Fang's mind. Like, Fang's like, this is a good moment. Or, I'm going to go now on my time. I want to have power in my life. You know, something that establishes that this means something instead of Fang just going and it's like, why don't you just wait like a minute so the power goes back on and you and your band can play? Again, if you have Fang over the year do some private concerts or consider moving away from the band, you can make this a more interesting moment as a result. You know, then LJ's like, listen, your band sucked, but your private performance, your solo was great. It's a lot you can do. None is done. Nothing. You're not competing with locals, you're competing against the world. Yes, you need to have the presence. And Fang isn't doing jack fucking shit. Like, I know that Fang is an introvert and doesn't want to do that stuff, but surely Trish or Reed would. Reed loves creative writing, so obviously he's a perfect contender for it. And we get 2 songs back to back, if I recall correctly. Oh, that looks so bad. Oh. Why are we focusing on the mic? It doesn't work. Anyway, I'm going to shut up so you can listen.
All the things I didn't do, I guess it's over. Took my time to get it all worked out. Made my mind up, no more doubt. At 12 o'clock, I'll write a manifesto. It's a way to go, and maybe they will find my bones, and maybe they will know I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to go away. It's just the blinking of an eye, the culmination of today.
Okay, first off, I felt that. That was great. That was a good moment. But I want to bring something up that I thought about a bit earlier. There's a couple of things actually to point out. First, good songs. I really like that. That was great. Two, is the music diegetic or not? Because there were a lot of effects there that should not happen. If Fang is playing an actual guitar, electric, singing, there's a couple of weird overlays. Is that what Fang feels? What Fang sounds like in their head? Because if that's the case, then why isn't every song like that? Why do we focus on the visuals of Fang feeling things instead of the background stuff? Because in the other one, it was... Two, I forgot what the other one was. I've mentioned this in a comment, but the fact that they feel the need for rhythm games when we're not Fang, we aren't gaining the experience as Fang is. Fang has been practicing all year. We haven't. I think are people who make games like this afraid to just let some music play with some activities? Because it's fine. People listen to music and looked at beautiful music videos and concerts and other stuff. Like, you can just let music play and let an emotional moment play out without people talking, with just lyrics. It's fine. I don't need a minigame and jingling keys to be distracted. Just let me enjoy the music. Would they be like that? Like, what are they doing? I don't know if people would be okay with Fang just walking up there. I think LJ, it would probably work. It just feels a little weird to me. Because, I don't know, it's just... I don't know. It just doesn't feel like this moment itself is set up. Like that Fang would do something like this. The power outages have been a consistent problem. Fang defying the situation and taking control hasn't been a somatic theme. Like, this is just coming out of nowhere to make a scene more dramatic. Also, I got double 90s on both. Yay, I'm very good at music. I really like that moment. Just focusing on the playing does make it a bit more bearable. And does make it interesting. But again... the disconnect is a little weird. Like, what is the purpose of the minigame? What is the purpose of the music track specifically? Like the sections where the music takes this kind of priority? Like, why did it take a couple of lines before the playing part kicked in when Fang started playing on stage? Why did it take a few seconds? If it's diegetic, if you're playing as Fang, then we should start when Fang starts. I did like the last moment where we did a little plink and you did push the button. That was a nice moment. That was a nice little ooh. I did like it. I like how Reed isn't in this picture, even though he was also there. I don't know. Like, you can play a drum set without... Like, when you think about it, if you think about it real hard, Trish is the only one who can't participate when the sound goes out. Because I don't know if a bass guitar even works without it, right? Yeah. I don't know if they're reaction shots. I was busy with the minigame. But... it's a good moment to do that kind of stuff. If the player doesn't have to play the minigame, you can use it for more storytelling. You can show things instead of telling them. And why wasn't Reed? You can play drums without the electric amplifier. That's how drums work, you dumbass. But does a bass work without electricity? Because if it does, they have no excuse other than their nerves. In which case, things just get funny. I don't know. It works really well. But... on some level, I feel the need to say that it's one of those cheap shots where it's not the writing, it's the human core elements of being sad with sad music. You're being a little cheap. Get a hot minute. The rat hole in Chicago has been filled in. That's a shame. It was a hole for rats. I gotta say it, though. Give me that fat hot dog. How to sing it. Yeah, but, that just means that, Trish and Reed aren't into it, and that should be something they talk about. I hope that once this scene is over, they go to the backstage, and Trish is like, oh, that was, oh, no. Oh, no. And Fang is like, why didn't you guys help me? Come on. You can play the instruments of that. I don't know.
I hardly need to say anything, do I? I give you our winners of the Battle of the Bands. Worm Drama!
What an unearned moment. I love it when a good moment's not earned.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! We won!
Also, this sounds like a really loud audience for, 20 to 30 people in a coffee shop? Stan Worm Drama for clear skin. Okay, but Worm Drama slaps. Swamp Babies crashing and burning. You know, wouldn't it be great if the whole power outage thing actually causes them to like stand on stage and look like a bunch of idiots instead of Fang going, I feel sad for them. We actually see them and we, the audience, feel sad for them. Like, oh man, look at them. They were playing so nice and then they fell short. So that when Fang plays without the music, it feels more weren't. It's like they are shut down, but Fang gets up. That's what I think they're going for. But if we don't see that happening, it just feels like they got caught off guard, which is not the same thing. Like Fang went into it knowing what they were doing. Worm Drama basically got screwed. Winning the whole battle, literally, wow. It's called skill. I don't know what to tell you. I love how this is actually fucking story relevant, but it also comes out of nowhere. And it also feels super weird. Also, it's Abby. It's one of the few characters we get to see. Isn't it nice that Abby is here? That's someone we know. We've actually seen at least.
Obliterated it. Was
Oh my god! Did you see the Trish jumping animation? Did you see how the lines on Trish's pants just discombobulated? And how weird? Oh man, they do not know any of the animation principles, do they? Oh, ow, ooh! Don't like. You can just make a visual novel, my man. You could just make a visual novel. Or get some actual animators. Like you write, here's what you do, right? Here's what you do. You write out the script, all of it. You do a couple of drafts, all of it. Then you hire some voice actors, you get your lines. Then you send it to the animators with the voice lines so they can animate it accordingly. And then you just put some goofy little minigames and distractions in between. And now you got a high quality visual novel without the stupid bullshit. There are a lot of anime studios in Japan who will gladly take your shitty offer. Trust me. Actually, apparently the animation industry there is completely just pumped dry with bad offers. It's great.
so dramatic and cool and powerful and yes!
That was so good. Hey Trish, why didn't you get up on the fucking stage? You can still play bass or provide backup vocals.
And Fang was like, bang! Holy shit, dude!
That's a great Trish though.
You pulled off a solo in the dark. That was amazing.
This animation, if the game was that animation style, I would have been okay with it because it's got some energy to it. It's better than the stiff garbage we got. That's nice. The song, though, I really do think it's good. By the way, I should point this out because it's kind of cool. A neat deet, you know, for when I get my wiki, my wiki, there's going to be a page of neat deets, things I've pointed out specifically as being neat deets. I daydream of that every day of the week. What I want to point out. Which one? Oh, yeah, 12 o'clock. So, apparently, there are a couple of songs that are performed by both the song person, as in, I think it's, is it Bridget Nagar? Nagar? Nagar. I don't like a good cigar. Voices. Yeah, Lachlan Watson does the normal voice, and Bridget Nagar does the singing voice. But this is one of those songs where Lachlan also recorded the vocals, which I think is kind of neat. And also makes me wonder why they bothered, but hey, whatever. It feels weird to me in some weird way, but whatever.
Classic Dark One.
Thanks, guys. God, if we did that well in a power outage, imagine how we're gonna do on tour. We're gonna crush it.
You know, we didn't feel the passage of time that Fang has, but Fang, like, heard from Trish about the whole I'm quitting Worm drama for a little bit, like, months ago. If we had that same, we might have forgotten about it. Instead, it's fresh enough in our head that we're like, Fang, you dumb fuck. You dumb bastard. Trish is saying they're taking a hiatus. That tour is going to be way late.